All people come to him, come to the way of Sultan Rabia, most honored one and most glorified one, most praised one in divine presence, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Brothers and sisters, the situation in the world is upside down. Everywhere there is problem, and we are in the problem. All of us, all of the human beings are in problems. And for that reason, we found it's good to explain some of what Prophet ﷺ has predicted for the last days. So we are mentioning Ahadeeth of Prophet ﷺ, but it will take time because too many of them, and we are using one of the books that compiled this Ahadeeth, السنن الواردة في الفتن وغوائلها والساعة وأشراطها. That book, we are beginning with volume 3, inshallah, because volume 1 is not available now. We'll get it later, inshallah. So the first is about centuries, time. What will happen? It's a chapter on what Prophet ﷺ has mentioned in different times in the world, and what kind of corruption and what kind of people they were changing positions, like what we are seeing today. So it is mentioned that some Ashab al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they complained to Anas ibn Malik that they were complaining about Al-Hajjaj, who is very famous. He was a Zalim, oppressor, but tyrant, but in his understanding he is not tyrant, but people consider him as a tyrant. They were complaining for Anas ibn Malik said to them, "Isbiru, be patient." From long time ago, from Anas ibn Malik, a student and was one of the Ashab al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Isbiru, be patient. فإنه لا يأتيكم زمان إلا والذي بعده أشد منه." For sure, every age, every century, every time, there will come another age which is worse than the age before, until you die and until you go to your Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, until you leave this dunya and until the day of judgment. I heard that from Prophet Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he said, "Isbiru." Today, do we have sabr? He say, "Isbiru." Be patient. Be patient on everything. Be patient on your husband. Be patient on your wife. Be patient on your children. Be patient on each other. Be patient on anything that you feel angry with. You feel angry and you feel upset, you feel sad, you feel nervous, you think yourself, you want to correct all human beings. That's what's happening today in some Middle East countries. A group of people who wants to correct everyone. So what we have to do, be patient. Don't jump into the fire. Don't throw yourself in fitna, in confusion. Al-fitnatu na'ima. Fitna is dormant. Allah will curse who brings it up. Al-fitnatu na'imatun la'ana Allahu man ayqadhaha. And Prophet ﷺ said, be patient, means don't do anything. Like the hadith of Prophet ﷺ, سَتَكُونُ فِتَنٌ كَقِطَعِ اللَّيْلِ الْمُظْلِمِ. There is going to be fitna like the big chunk of dark nights. The one sitting better than the one standing. So means sit at home. Don't put your finger or you burn your finger. Because if you are not happy and you are not patient, the age or the time that's going to come after that age or that time that you are in is going to be worse. It's not going to be better. That's why Imam Shafi'i, what he did? He wrote his mazhab when he was in Baghdad. Mazhab, he called it Al-Umm. I have it. Very nice explanations of everything. When he went to Egypt, he changed his mazhab. He revised it completely to suit the time, because it is worse than the age and he was in. He said, what I saw in Egypt was far more than what I have heard of corruption. So he changed his mazhab, revised his mazhab in order to accommodate the time that he is in. What do you think about today? Today we are in need to be more patient than any other day in order that we will حتى تلقوا أو تلقوا ربكم عز وجل. Until you have to be patient means until you die. Today no one is patient. Very few people are patient. You call them what? Halim, Hulama. Calm. They are calm people. But you, everyone, me, everyone is not patient. And that's where the fitna comes. Shaitan enter from a hole that is open and disturb everyone. I will not mention too much ahadith on this, but I will mention one also. And Anas ibn Malik called. He said, Anas ibn Malik said, ما من يوم Now he is breaking it down. Before he said zaman, age, age, yani a chunk of time. Now he's breaking it down. Same, Sayyidina Anas ibn Malik said, ما من يوم,
Not one day.
not even one day, not one night, not 1 month, not 1 year, إلا والذي قبله خير منه. The one that before is better than the one that they are after. Yani your day today is better than your day to tomorrow. Going to be with the fitna, not with ibadah, but with fitna. The night, the day today is better than tomorrow. The night tonight is better than the night tomorrow. The month, this month is going to be better than next month. Better than next month. And the year, this year is going to be better than the next year. And whatever before is better than what is going to be after. And he said, سمعت ذلك من نبيكم صلى الله عليه وسلم. I heard that from Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, one of the biggest Sahabi of Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, he said in the same category, chapter, he said, لا يأتي عليكم عام إلا والذي بعده شر منه. Not one year comes unless except the year after worse than it. And he said, إلا والذي بعده شر منه. The one after is worse. لا أعني عاما أخصب من عام ولا أمطر من عام. I don't mean that 1 year is better than the other year by more rain or less rain, or by better soil or less soil, dry soil. No. ولكن ذهاب خياركم وعلمائكم. But the disappearance of your sincere pious people and your scholars, they will die. So the one who comes after comes less in education, less in ilm, less in sincerity. And that's what we see today. There is no more ulama as before. Ulama before were filling the dunya because there was no teaching of science. Most of the teaching in the Umayyad time, Abbasi time, Mamalik time, Fatimiyun time, all the different period of Islam, ilm was concentrated on hadith, tafsir, Quran, fiqh. That was the ilm. Arabic, grammar, poetry, that was the ilm. There was no other knowledge. So everyone is focusing, so everyone was knowledgeable. But as their ages are coming and passing, and centuries are coming and passing and becoming worse and worse and worse, ulama also dying and dying and dying, what is left ulama that, alhamdulillah, that what is left is good for the ummah, but they are not their qualifications as the ulama before. So he said, I am not saying that your year going to be better not dry and not too much rain or less rain. No, but I'm meaning that you are going to have less alim. Ulama is going, and sincere people are going. So what will happen? ثم يحدث يوما قوم ثم يحدث قوم يقيسون الأمور برأيهم فيهدم الإسلام وينثني. What will happen? A group of people, they don't have enough knowledge to analyze or to make fatwas on issues that concern the Muslim. So what they do, they make, since this is like that, we come like it because they match with each other. They don't.
Their own opinion. They will lecture using their own opinion.
They will lecture using their own opinion. They are not giving the opinion of what Allah has said and what Quran said. So that's why today everyone is running to the not to Islam to find a solution. They are looking for someone else to give them solutions instead of looking into the Quran and the Sunnah of Prophet to find solutions. So now they are finding solutions through those countries that they consider themselves the pioneer of everyone. But that is wrong, because their culture, their tradition is different from Islamic culture and Islamic tradition. So the sincerity between people gone, so the ulama gone, a group of people are coming that they say, يَقِيسُونَ الْأُمُورَ بِرَأْيِهِمْ. They measure,
Things according to their opinion.
they measure, or they call people to their opinion. What will happen? Like today, what's going on in the Middle East? ISIS. What's going on with ISIS? They are يَقِيسُونَ الْأُمُورَ بِرَأْيِهِمْ. They judge, or they have their own opinion. They want to force their opinion, impose their opinion on everyone, which is wrong. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said it is wrong. And what will happen? فَيُهْدَمُ الْإِسْلَامِ. When they do that, like what they are doing now, the Islam will break down. It will fall apart. وَيَنْسَلِمْ. ينسلم يعني الخلل في الحائط. كيف الخلل, there will be something wrong, like if you build a wall and you didn't build it well, what will happen? It's crooked and slowly is falling down. So he said, Prophet ﷺ, Ibn Mas'ud mentioning from Prophet, that فَيُهْدَمُ الْإِسْلَامُ وَيَنْسَلُ. Islam will fall down and there is something wrong in it. So that's what people today are saying. In Islam there is something wrong. And this is 1500 years ago. Prophet ﷺ is mentioning what's going to happen. And this is what we are seeing. Subhanallah, yani they as is mentioned, that they want to yaqis, muqyas.
They measure. They compare things.
They compare things or analogy according to their opinion. They destroy Islam, and they will make Islam to fall apart, and to make there is a problem within Islam that people today are saying not one problem, too many problems. So this is what fight in Middle East is a big proof. What ISIS is doing is a big proof, because there is no ulama between them. Everyone studied on his own. No sincerity between them. They begin to make analogy or comparison to different ideas, and they want to implement it on the people without having a background of knowledge. And they say, this you have to follow. You don't follow, we cut your neck. Or you don't, ladies, you don't follow, we cut your neck. Or you will become a slave. So they are using things according to their opinion, not according to the consensus of ulama. And that's what it is mentioned before by Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. اصبروا فإنه لا يأتي عليكم يوم أو زمان إلا والذي بعده أشر منه حتى تلقوا ربكم عز وجل. سمعته من نبيكم صلى الله عليه وسلم. It is said عن الشعبي قال, he said, ما بكيت من زمان إلا بكيت عليه. ما بكيت من زمان.
Every time I cried because of the difficulty in
The
my
one
time, I ended up crying for the time that came before it, missing it.
I am ما بكيت من زمان إلا بكيت عليه. I didn't cry.
I cry every time I cried because of the difficulty in the time I'm in. I end up crying for it, missing it when it's gone, because the time after is worse.
Yeah. So the time after is worse. I cry on that time that before it was better than it. I miss the one now. The one I say before it, which is also bad, I say it's better than the second one, that it is more worse. And that's why he was crying on every sense and every time or age that he passed through it. He was crying, missing all these ages before, because they were better than the one he is in present. So everyone, every age or time that he lived in was worse than the one that was before. So he was thinking that it will become better, but it was worse. So he was missing the one that was before. حدثنا ابن عفان قال حدثنا نصر قال سفيان الثوري, one of the big awliya, he said, كان يقال يأتي على الناس زمان ينتقص فيه الصبر. He said, it is used to be said that there will be coming a time that sabr become less and less, patience become less and less, and mind, aql, become less and less, because our aql today is only focusing on issues not relate to any kind of religion. Everything is dunya thing. We are running after dunya with all its entertainment and leaving for what is for akhir. And Allah said, according to the hadith of Prophet, إِنَّ الدُّنْيَا لَا تَزِنُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ جَنَاحَ بَعُوضَةٍ. Dunya doesn't weigh to Allah a wing of a mosquito. لو كانت الدنيا تزن عند الله جناح بعوضة ما سقى منها كافرا. If the dunya was weighing even a wing of a mosquito, Allah would not give it to give water to a unbeliever. So there will be coming a time, he said, that there will be no patience. It will be less. No aql, no mind. People no mind today. You have mind? No mind. No hilm, no patience, no knowledge, no ma'rifah. Until you will not find a man that he will try to advise another one about gham, depression or worrying. They asked him, which time is that? He said, it's my time that I am lived in. So this is after Prophet ﷺ by 200 years. What do you think about us today? Because every age or century, the one before better than the one after. So we are on the 15th century Hijri. Count how many, even he mentioned in the hadith before, وَلَا يَوْمٍ, not even a day. Every day is worse than the day before. 1500 years, how many days there is? And means every hour is, the hour before is better. Because you is better, you know why? Because that's sin. Because every hour you do sins. So the hours before, if it stops, is less sins. And they said, which time is that time when this happened? Sufyan al-Thawri. What he said? He said, Arahu zamanuna hada. I see it is our time. And we say today, it is our time. Not their time. Their time was better. But they were not happy with their time. That's why Ibn Kathir said there are a lot of ahadith coming about Mahdi alayhi salam. And we know that Mahdi alayhi salam, when he appears, he brings peace on earth. So Ibn Kathir said, أن المهدي حق. Mahdi is true, is haq. And Subhanallah. And there are two opinions in that. So one opinion say, لا مهدي إلا عيسى. No Mahdi except Sayyidina Isa. And the other one say, Mahdi is one of the grandchildren of Prophet is coming. So the two correct. لا مهدي إلا عيسى, he is a prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So he will guide people to the right way. So if anyone guides you the right way is Mahdi. He is Hadi. Yahdi al-Nas. Wal-Mahdi al-Muntazar, the one who is expected, is the one of the grandchildren of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when Mahdi comes, Sayyidina Isa comes after him. So Sayyidina Isa is a Mahdi in the Arabic language, means Hadi. And Mahdi is Mahdi. Same. ولا ينفي ذلك أن يكون غيره مهديا أيضا. So that doesn't eliminate that there is no Mahdi if we say لا مهدي إلا عيسى, there is no Mahdi except Isa. That doesn't negate the appearance of Mahdi alayhi salam, who is, there is a Mahdi other than Sayyidina Isa. There is explanation in Al-Fitan wal-Malahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. That's why Abu Huraira said, قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, Prophet said, وَالَّذِي نَفْسِي بِيَدِهِ. He is giving an oath. Prophet doesn't need to give an oath. When he says something, it's done. But he's giving an oath. Why? He wants to assure you and to say that this is the truth, the only truth. That's why I'm giving an oath, although his words doesn't need an oath, because لا ينطق عن الهوى. He doesn't say anything from his desire, إلا وحي يوحى. Only revelation. So when he speaks, is revelation. But he said, وَالَّذِي نَفْسِي بِيَدِهِ, to show you how much is difficult going to be. He said, I am giving an oath to the one that my soul is in his hand. لَيَأْتِيَنَّ عَلَى النَّاسِ زَمَانٌ, that there is going to come time on people. لا يدري القاتل في أي شيء قتل. The one who there will be coming a time of too much killings. So the qatil, al-qatil, the one who kills, doesn't know with what reason he killed. ولا يدري المقتول على أي شيء قتل. And the one is killed doesn't know on what reason he was killed. Both of them, they don't know what happened. And this is in Sahih Muslim, Kitab al-Fitan. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, Prophet said, اللهم لا يدركني زمان ولا أدركه لا يتبع فيه العالم. Oh Allah, I'm asking you that I don't want a time that comes that I am in it where the alim is not going to be respected and to be followed. And ولا يستحيا فيه من الحليم, and is a time that I don't want to be alive, when a time comes where you do not feel ashamed from a patient person. People will become قلوبهم قلوب العجم. Their heart is like the heart of non-Arabs. وألسنتهم ألسنة العرب. But their tongues are tongues of Arab. So it means when they speak with you with the tongue of Arab, that they are peaceful, patient Muslims, but their heart is unbelievers, munafiqun, corrupted. Prophet is asking Allah, Ya Rabbi, don't leave me to such time which is coming. Today, أخرجه الإمام أحمد في مسنده, it is mentioned by Imam Ahmad. Today, we are in that, we speak to people, their heart is different from their tongues. Their tongues, لسان العرب, means eloquent, nice presentation, but the heart is munafiq. How many munafiq? Oh people, how many munafiq today that they say something and their heart is something else. For what? For dunya, for money. They don't care for their communities, for their countries. Only they want to fill their pockets with money. That money is going to take everyone ila tahluka, to destruction. You know, the Mission Impossible, they have this, and they say, you hear the message, after the message finish, self-destruction. So they are destroying the whole ummah. These people who are eloquent, their tongue, lisan al-Arab, their tongue are the tongues of Arab, but their hearts are the hearts of Ajam, means unbelievers, munafiqin. It is mentioned by Ma'az that he said, خير هذه الأمة, the best of this ummah, let us be frank. Don't expect you are the best. The best of the ummah is the beginning of the ummah. It's أولها.
No.
And آخرها. And its last. And we are in the last of the ummah. علامة الساعة. Means you are in the best time to repent, and inshallah means there is an opening for Muslims, there is opening for peace on earth, for non-Muslim and Muslim. There will be an opening for people to be guided by Mahdi alayhi salam and Sayyidina Isa. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us, and may Allah bless us. And inshallah we will continue tomorrow, chapter 37. اتباع هذه الأمة سنن باب اتباع هذه الأمة سنن من قبلها من أهل الشرك والضلالة. The chapter on that this ummah is going to follow the ummah before it from the people of shirk.
The ways, it's going to follow the ways of the nations that came before.
The ways of the nation that came before you and their deviation. And I will mention the hadith and we will explain later. عن أبي هريرة عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لتتبعن سنن الذين من قبلكم شبرا بشبر. You are going to follow the nations that came before you. Shibr, this is shibr. Hand after hand. Shibran bishibr. Hands after hands. وذراعا بذراع. And one arm after one arm. حتى لو دخلوا جحر ضب لدخلتموه. Until if they enter the hole of a raccoon, you will follow them. You become raccoon like them. We'll discuss this later. أخرجه أيضا الإمام أحمد في مسنده. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر. صدق رسول الله.